What's going on, guys? Eddie Dowd, real estate agent here in the state of Maryland, back again week after week with Brian Sachs. We got a secret tip. I don't even know what it is today, but Brian said that he's got something. He wouldn't even tell me, so I'm just as excited as you guys are. Brian, are you there? And what do you got for us today?
I'm here, and we're recording this, Eddie, right before the 4th of July holiday, right? And 4th of July is coming up, and it's all about independence. So I got two messages. The first message is, if you really want to build generational wealth and be independent, well, you need to buy a house, right? Because that has always been, in the last 200 years of our country, the foundation for building wealth. That is a key. So if you want financial independence, it starts by owning a house and then creating generational wealth. But, Eddie, we always kind of maybe pass over why we have independence. How are we allowed to have independence? And it's because of our veterans. It's because of the reservists. It's because of the men and women who risk their lives on a consistent and regular basis, protecting the interests of this country all over the world. And I thought it'd probably be a good idea today to talk about VA and some of the misconceptions about VA loans. So if you are a veteran and you've done active duty, you are potentially eligible, assuming you got honorable discharge, right? Not everybody does, but assuming you did get an honorable discharge and you served your time, you're entitled to get a VA loan. The benefit of getting a VA loan is you don't have to put any money down, literally no money down. And Eddie, with his expert negotiating skills, could probably allow for some seller help with closing costs that could possibly be negotiated. So we really can get you as a veteran into a home with just about no money. The other thing people don't understand about VA loans is that it's the one VA benefit that you can use over and over again. You rarely can have two VA loans at the same time, but if you call Eddie and say, hey, I'm ready to sell my house and move to another one, great. We'll sell your home, we'll get your VA entitlement reinstated, and you can settle on your new home and buy it with no money down. So, I hear a lot, Eddie, about veterans having hard times, some veterans having challenges, some veterans having financial issues. They say that a large population of homeless people in our country are veterans, which is terrible. And I'm not going to get into the whole political thing of why we're allowing people to sneak into this country, right, and get better services than the veterans get. But that's a whole separate topic for a right-wing show on another day, right? but really, think about this, okay? A veteran could buy a 4-unit building. They could live in one of the units. The rents from the other 3 units could cover not only their mortgage payment, but give them maybe $20, $30, even $40,000 potentially in extra incomes, like a job, right?
Yeah.
And they can get in with no money. So why in the hell do we have homeless veterans? I mean, that should never, ever be the case in a great country like ours. But if you're a veteran, that's a way, my God, that's a way to own a property, have your mortgage payment covered, have an additional side income without coming up with any down payment. I mean, that's crazy. The other thing about VA that is often overlooked is reservists. If you've been a reservist for 6 years, you probably are entitled to VA eligibility as well when it comes to buying a home. How do you find out? Well, you can certainly call Eddie. What's your number, Eddie?
410-588-6536.
Right. Or you could take your DD 214 and go to va.gov and get your certificate of eligibility. Or you could call us and we could get your disability, your certificate of eligibility. 443-471-8557. You know, I just did a loan, Eddie, for a veteran who is 100% disabled for it's a VA related disability.
Okay.
So their disability is related to them being in the service. And you know what? They don't have to pay property taxes.
Hmm.
And good, because they've sacrificed for our country, and good that we acknowledge that. But again, they can get into a home with no money down. We got this person into a home with no money down. They're not going to have to pay property taxes. And you know what? They're saving $500 a month over what they were paying in rent. Crazy.
$500. What
Five
can you
hundred
do with
dollars.
$500?
So it's
Veterans out
huge.
there renting.
It's huge. So if you're a veteran or you know a veteran, you got to give Eddie and I a call. And look, there's no obligation. There's no cost. There's no foul. There's no harm. Ask your questions. We're not going to take blood sample, urinalysis, none of that. If you have a real estate question, you want to give Eddie a call, and we'll be happy to answer your question. If you have a question you'd like to see Eddie and us tackle on a future episode, type it right below. We look at these comments, and we'd love to hear your feedback if it's something you'd like to cover. But thank you to all of our veterans for your service, and know that the VA administration has a great program for you, so that you can get a part of the American dream that you fought so hard to protect. So what do you think, Mr. Eddie?
Yeah, sounds great. And I just want to say, you said it. I'd like to say it as well. Thank you, all of our veterans, for your sacrifice, for your service, everything that you do for this country here, to protect it against enemies, foreign, domestic. But yeah, if you are a veteran and you don't own a home yet, give me a call. We'd love to help you out. Zero down, with VA, and so many different things that you can do. Wealth, generational wealth is built through real estate. So if you have a golden ticket in a VA loan, why haven't you cashed it in yet? Give me a call, 410-588-6536. Before Brian stumps me with asking for the email, my email is eddieDowdRealEstate@gmail.com. We'll be back next week. Going to get this one posted out right before 4th of July. Happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. One great thing about this great country is we have the right to property and have private property rights. So if you don't have property yet, 410-588-6536. Achieve the American dream, and let's get you in a home.